that hasn't been. There we go. All right, Karl, here. Karl, look what I got. I got some food. It's been really neat learning about him. That's the finger. That's the finger. There you go. He got some that time. All right. This is going to be the hardest. This is going to be the hardest one to... Oh, I love this girl so much. So you know what? It should actually be a good thing. It should be a good thing. But how many of you moms take your babies to school knowing this is actually a good move, but it just hurts you at the same time? That's what I'm dealing with this morning. Copper. So every time Copper sees me, he begins to foam at the mouth. And the reason he does that is because he knows that he associates Lester with oatmeal. Hey folks, Lester here. Getting home from my morning bus run. And these little guys, these little babies, our tinies, have come out to meet me. Listen, friends, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've just been hesitant. They have to become littles. Enough is enough. With the incident in the hay and just coming down, working their way down the driveway, just having free roam of everything. They're getting into my feed room and just tearing it up. They're going through the packages. You've seen that. There's no reason they can't become littles. And so today I'm going to go ahead and right now take them and put them over the fence. I'm going to watch and find how they get out. And then I'm going to begin to patch those spots up a little bit. Hi, Copper. Good morning, everybody. It's really sweet the way they all come together in the mornings to say hi to each other and maybe to meet me. And maybe it's just my imagination, but they know I come home every day at this time. It's almost 9 o'clock. I finished my morning bus run, and it's so nice to see them all out waiting for me. The babies are like little puppies. So y'all bear with me. I'm going to throw them over the fence for a minute. I guess that's gonna stay. All right, so first things first. This here is Roxy. Roxy, I love you, sweetie. That was nice and light, folks. Here's Chippy. Now, as you know, Chippy had a procedure done last week. So now he is officially no longer intact. We'll just say intact. We'll keep it user-friendly. And he's all healed up, by the way. And now, Sissy. 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 This is going to be the hardest. This is going to be the hardest one to... Oh, I love this girl so much. Sissy is a little bit younger than the other two. But you know what? I'm going to miss walking outside and not seeing her come a-running. Because that's what she does. She just comes a-running. Hey, I love you guys, and you're going to be really happy in there, okay? I promise I'll still feed you twice a day. But it's hard seeing them grow up and seeing them graduate from preschool, or let's just say daycare. Or let's just say staying at grandma's house, going into daycare, then preschool, and then school. And that's kind of what they've done, you know, staying there in our little pasture. I'm sorry, our little fenced-in yard where we keep the tinies, along with Lola. That's kind of like grandma's house because they have free roam of everything. This will be safer for them though, and it's time to make that adjustment. Let me flip the camera over. So they've already had tons of exposure to the other babies. There's nothing new about these guys being in here. It's just sad to know that this is where they're going to spend the rest of their lives, and not running around the yard, jumping on people's vehicles and tearing up packages. So you know what? It should actually be a good thing. It should be a good thing. But how many of you moms take your babies to school knowing this is actually a good move, but it just hurts you at the same time? That's what I'm dealing with this morning. Copper. So every time Copper sees me, he begins to foam at the mouth. And the reason he does that is because he knows that he associates Lester with oatmeal. He associates Lester with oatmeal. That's cute. All right, let me pull on up. Like I said, this morning, I had a couple of things I wanted to do. It's nice having these several hours midday to work with the animals. And so what I have is about 5.5 or 6 hours to do what I need to get done, spend time with the babies, clean up, mow the grass, open packages, just all the things that we have to do for the farm. And so it's also going to allow me a lot of time to make videos, because most of what I do, I record just for you guys. And so there'll be no difference there. These guys will be safer, y'all. They will. They'll be safer from all of the vehicles that drive through here delivering packages and stuff. They'll be safer from us when we crank up our vehicles, you know, or our tractors or lawnmowers or side-by-sides. And all right, and there you go. That would be the end of this video. You guys are filthy. That's what they call ring around the collar. That pond is dirty. The pond is dirty, and they come out and they don't even realize how dirty they are. That's funny. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Hey! Run, Newt! Run, Newton, run! All right. All right, so step one in this process is going to be start feeding them with their little friends, with their new friends. So I'm carrying a bucket of feed. This is the morning feed. This is going to help them realize that they don't have to get out and forage outside of the pasture, because Dad's going to bring them what they need. And what Dad doesn't bring them, they're going to learn to roam around and get from Mother Nature. Back up, baby. Back up. It's a little bit hard to video with only one hand, especially when they're doing this to me. I'm going to set that down for now. Now, wow. It's like, don't spill it, guys. We don't have to deal with Ringo right now, which is nice. Look out. I'm going to go pour it in the grass. I don't like the babies to eat off the dirt. Look at those weirdos. Sweeties. Okay, this is really, okay, this is really tough. Hey, you look like a horde. We got pigs in here and goats in here. They realize there's no use in even coming over here right now until we can get this feed spread out. That's funny. Let me set my phone down. There we go. Come on, Maggie, stop. Okay, look, we'll all share. Here we go. We're all gonna share. We're all going to share. So Sissy's come on over, and she actually has a mouthful. Chip just wants to play with the ball. And then Roxy's over there hanging out in my wood pile. I normally gather up things like that and burn every once in a while. I need to do that. This is cute, that Chip. So I don't know exactly what's going on in their little heads right now, but they're normally used to eating by themselves and not having to, I'm not gonna say fight, but in essence, it is, in a way, having to fight for what's yours, fight for your food. But you don't actually see them fight, per se. They actually just kind of learn the hierarchy. over time, all the animals will establish themselves in sort of a pecking order. And so if you notice, right now, they're doing pretty good. For some reason, at some point, one of them who has a higher spot on that pecking order will walk over. There, you saw it right there with Laverne. Laverne just walked over and she moved the golden girl out of the way. Now Laverne's gonna walk over and move Lenny out of the way. So instead of a fight, Lenny and this particular golden girl realize that Laverne is higher up on their pecking order. And now, so that's normally what happens with goats. What I have to make sure I do because of this is always put down plenty for all of them. So even if a goat gets moved away from one, they can always go find another. So Laverne is like that. She's always been a little bossy, and she's not very gentle. It's hard to put your hands on Laverne. Laverne doesn't like to be touched on. She's not like her mama. Now right now she's letting me love on her because she's eating. But if I was just to walk out into the pasture on any given day, you wouldn't actually be able to walk up and touch Laverne. She's not going to allow that. But at some point in their maturation process, Laverne somehow showed the other goats that she's higher than them on that pecking order. And they do that. That's just nature. And you know, isn't it kind of true that even as humans, we're also maybe similar? Have y'all ever been somewhere like in a group and let's just say you walk into your Christmas party. Let's just say Christmas party. You go to your Christmas party and you all walk in, you're all going to be, seated at the same time. And doesn't it always seem natural that some folks go and grab the chair they want first and then everyone else just kind of takes what's around? Now, it's not likely for a human to be at the head of the table and then mid-meal stand up and go walk at the other end of the table and take over your seat. So we're a little bit more civilized than that, thank God. But animals, at least for the most part, they still do that. And so we know their pecking orders. So like I said, the way I balance that, the way I counter that is to make sure I put plenty of piles, so no matter where the Lavernes end up, there's always another pile for another goat to go to. Now sometimes the Lavernes can just go from pile to pile, running everybody away, and at some point she will do what you just witnessed there. So it's the same with the feathered babies. It's the same with our bigs out back. Okay, so the littles, our new littles, Chip, Roxy, and sweet Sissy, have decided that it's not worth it. They're just going to wait until they'll get the scraps. Okay, that happens sometimes. And so I'll have to just keep an eye on them, and I want them to get used to what feeding time looks like. Now, at some point, they'll get hungry. And once they get hungry enough, they're going to have to make their way over here, be it this morning or be it this afternoon, and try to find them a spot. And they'll have to also learn and move around based on who's higher on the pecking order. And in their case, they're going to be at the very bottom. Oh, I know, isn't it sad? They're going to be at the very bottom. Pig Newton is out with everybody this morning. The other pigs, along with Ringo, are still laid up. Annie and Ernie are also laid up. Here comes Karl. Hey, Karl! I put some feed out, Karl. Karl's going to make his way over and see what's going on. He got that staying alive strut this morning. Staying alive. What's up, Karl? So I don't want to take the focus off of the transition of the little babies into the littles pasture. Man, I could talk about Karl all day, but I will just say this. We are slowly learning Karl's, the way he communicates with his wings. And I've learned several of his gestures and what they mean at this point. Hey, Karl. Hi. You see his wings? That is a very sweet thing he's doing right there. Karl is not threatened at all. He's moving his wings left and then right. When both wings, hi, buddy, I don't have any food on my hand, but I did put food all over the ground. Okay, I have food all over the ground. So his wings here are happy. This is a happy movement that he does. When both wings flare all the way out and he makes himself big, that's when he feels threatened, and we've seen that. Right now, he's just showing off. Oh my God, what a beautiful boy. And even he's been here for just almost 2 weeks. Guys, he looks 100 times better than when he first got here. His feathers are all coming back in, and he's a happy guy. Oh my goodness. And I have to stop videoing him. Oh, you're going to be so mad at me. Look, Karl, there's food all over the ground. There's a lot of food left. People have been concerned about Karl not getting enough food. Guys, Karl eats pretty much all day. I know Karl eats several pounds of things just along the pastures. He does eat grass. He does eat seeds. He eats feathers. He eats pine cones. He eats little sticks. He eats... Karl eats everything. He's always eating. What he likes me to do is hand feed him, though. Now, listen, I've already poured all the feed out, Karl. If you want me to, what I'll do is I'm going to lean down. I'm going to try to lean down and pick some of this up. You want me to pick it up? Here we go. I'm going to lean down and pick it up. Now, when I lean down, don't you grab my hat. He wants my hat. Here it is. If you want it, take it. I'd rather him take it from my hand than take it from my head. I don't want him to take it from my head. Look how happy he is. Guys, this is a happy, happy bird. Can I put my hat on your head? Can we put my hat on your head? Put your head down. I'm going to put my cat right on top of it. Oh, you did not want a Karl video this morning. You wanted to see the babies. I know you wanted to see the babies. Karl, can I touch you? I want to touch you, Karl. I want to touch you. I'm going to touch your feathers. Karl! Don't leave. All right, so I'm going to try to find a little bit of food that's still semi-clean. It hasn't been. There we go. All right, Karl, here. Karl, look what I got. I got some food. It's been really neat learning about him. That's the finger. That's the finger. There you go. He got some that time. All right. Oh, Karl, you're a beautiful bird. Well, you guys wish us luck. This video's run on. What I'm going to do is watch the babies, and I will for sure let you know when so they will make their way out. At some point, they're going to find their way out. They'll get, right now, they're content. They're hanging out with everybody. No one's bothering them, and they're totally fine. But at some point, they will find their way out, and what they'll do is this. They'll find that they can still fit under the gate. That's one example. And if I do see them come under the gate, if they can still do that, then I'm going to have to come out here and lower the gate down. I'll have to use the hinges to lower the gate down. That'll be just one example. I hope they don't come out. I think that if I can put them in here repeatedly, over and over and over, and just kind of like, not scold, because they can't be scolded, but just I'm going to patch and repair things that I need to patch and repair, because they have to become littles. They have to. It's time. It's been time. Everyone's made that transition, and so it's time for them. Sissy, I want to give you one kiss goodbye, baby. I'm not leaving you forever, sweetie. I'm just going to be watching you from a distance, okay? I will watch you from a distance, all right, love? All right. I love you, babies. Daddy loves you guys.